Hey there, good afternoon. How's it going? Today is Wednesday, October 29th, 2025. Currently 80 degrees Fahrenheit, that is 27 degrees Celsius. Boom. It was about time. So I wasn't planning on getting a haircut at this time. Thinking, well, it's medium length, not really that long yet. It could still get a bit longer for a while before it gets too annoying, but over the past week, I realized, you know what? I think I'm ready for a change. And so yesterday evening, I walked past a barber here in Rishikesh who looked competent and decided to go for it. So it was 200 rupees, which is like $2.25. And then at the end of it, then he offered a head massage. And so I said, go for it. He never mentioned how much it was going to be for the massage, but I was planning to give him a good tip anyways, and so I ended up giving him 600 rupees for the haircut and head massage, a good one, so about $7 there. So probably a generous tip, but he deserved it. I think that he did a pretty darn good job. So as you can see, all packed up and leaving Rishikesh after a very nice week here, and now walking over to the Ramjula Bridge, about a kilometer further this way, and then I will walk over the bridge and there get to a main road where I can catch a taxi to Dehradun. That is where I flew into a week ago, and I have another flight booked out of Dehradun. I will tell you where to today, back to Delhi, a short 45-minute or something flight, and then I will stay there tonight, and then I have another flight booked tomorrow to somewhere in India. I will keep this one a secret. Somewhere that I wanted to go to for a number of years, but have never been to. So this will be a new place in India for me, and it should be very, very interesting. I have a hotel booked there for 3 nights, and then have a general idea of what I might do after that. If I don't stay longer, we shall see. But having not been there before, I'm not quite sure how much there is going to be to do, and how long I might want to stay. So I shall see once I get there, but either way it should be very, very interesting. So I didn't do a whole lot here in oh, sorry, no, Baba, no. He was asking for some money. Oh, and we have Raju Baba here. I was wondering if I might see him. Raju Baba.
I wait for you.
All right.
You leaving today?
I am, yes, I'm going to.
Here also like Surat. Then also plain Surat here.
Salad?
Surat. Pittur Surat.
Surat.
Surat. Like my father, my mother, grandfather. Then you bought for this side.
They went there?
Like
They were there?
Okay,
Great, well it was nice to see you once again.
Okay, thank you.
And see you next
Nice
time.
meet you, okay?
All the best with everything.
Okay. see you
Namaste,
then. Bye.
Baba. So as I mentioned in my last video, then I have been running into Raju Baba there, here in Rishikesh for a good like 15 years or so. And so that brings up a subject, which is the various people that I met here in Rishikesh over the past week, which of course I didn't get around to filming. So here we have some of the rhesus monkeys. And so to give a little insight into the behind the scenes, so to speak, of people I meet, conversations that don't end up in the videos, because most conversations I don't want to be standing there with a camera pointing it at people. So I knew that a viewer of mine was going to be coming to Rishikesh, and I thought that I might end up meeting up with her, but I think that she is arriving today, and so won't end up seeing her. But that is the only person that I thought that I might see here that I, you know, sort of knew. We'd never met, but she had written me a message and asked about some info here in Rishikesh, and so we were kind of exchanging messages a bit. But other than that, then I ended up meeting some people.
Yes, right? Any yoga,
Namaskar.
spiritualism, whatever you want to ask, come interact.
Oh, I see. You're like
Nitya karma.
oracle, huh?
Or
You answer the big questions?
yes, you are. I gonna damn sure answer the
I
big
see.
questions.
I have to go catch a taxi, so
Okay.
namaste, Baba. Yep. Take care. Namaste, Hari Om. So, namaste, ji. Good, good. How are you? Lots of sadhus along there. So, I think it was the first day that I arrived here, then, or the next morning, then I went to Freedom Cafe, one of the great cafes here in Rishikesh, at the Laxmanjula area where I was staying. And so I went to Freedom Cafe and got a nice spot in the corner of the upstairs area with a great view of the Ganges or Ganga River. And this young woman comes up and sits in the seat next to me. It's just sitting on like cushions, very comfortable. And one of the workers comes up with menus and hands it to her, and then I forget exactly how this happened, but he said something to her like, "How are you doing?" or something like that. And she like bursts into tears, and she recounts that she just had this horrible experience at the hostel where she was staying, in which some guy had come into the female-only dorm and walked up to her when she was like almost naked or something, and had her headphones on, and I guess didn't actually touch her, but he totally got in her space like he was going to do something, and it really freaked her out, and she eventually got the guy to go away or something. But she was all distressed about this, and so I said, "Oh man, that's really sad to hear. That's really terrible. Sounds like you really invaded your space there and stuff." And so we ended up talking, and then we ended up having a nice conversation over the next hour or so, just sitting at our own tables, but they were right next to each other. And so she was English, but half Indian, and had family in the Punjab, but was fully raised in the UK, but comes to India a fair amount. And then she was meeting a friend the next day. She invited me to join them on a day trip to a cave where Jesus supposedly meditated or lived or something like that. One of the many legends of Jesus in India, which are certainly not verified by any means, but I have been to the site in Srinagar, Kashmir, where it is believed that Jesus was buried there by the local people. But anyways, that didn't end up happening. But okay, I'm going to try to fly through the rest of this because I just checked my video file and it's already 11 minutes. And the idea with this video is to film today and tomorrow and show everything on the way to getting to the new city that I'm going to tomorrow. So let's do this quick. So I ran into a number of viewers, a couple from Delhi, I think somebody else from India, but can't quite remember. And then I went to a couple of yoga classes, and at one of the yoga classes then there was a woman from Scotland who recognized me and said hello. And after the class then I invited her to join me for dinner, and so we went to dinner and had a nice conversation. And then yesterday I went to Little Buddha Cafe, another oh, and I forgot to mention, as Margaret from Scotland and I were walking to the restaurant, we ran into, that's actually when we ran into the two people from Delhi, and then another guy, Adam, from Montana, United States. So that was like 3 different incidents of running into 4 viewers in the course of like 10 minutes. That's definitely the most that's ever happened. Usually it happens like once a week, if that, or something. But you know, here in Rishikesh, then there are lots of backpackers, and I've made so many videos of India and Rishikesh. So anyways, yesterday then I went to Little Buddha Cafe, which is a really good one as well. Little Buddha and Freedom are definitely the 2 best there. I tried a bunch of other ones and they were decent as well, but just didn't have the same atmosphere. But I go into Little Buddha Cafe and it's very busy. There's a woman sitting at one of these tables where there's like 3 little tables all next to each other, but she's alone. I ask her if I can use one of the other tables. She says fine, and so I take a seat there. Don't end up talking with her at all. But I'm just finishing up my dinner, and I look up and there are 2 people across the restaurant, it's kind of narrow there, who are like sort of waving at me, and then they gesture for me to come over. And so I'm assuming that these are other viewers of mine. And so fortunately I just about finished up dinner and I was in the mood for a conversation, and so I wrap things up and walk over to them and sit down. And then it turns out they actually, hello, no thank you, they weren't actually viewers of mine. So it was a guy from San Francisco, California. Namaste. Hello. A guy from San Francisco and a girl from Belgium, and she had liked my hat, my Georgian little warm cap. All right, so here we are at the Ramzula Bridge. Down there is the other main scene here on this side of the Ganges River. Whoops, made the wrong choice as far as which way to go here. Namaste. Dhanyavad, thank you. Hello. Hi, hi. All right, look at that amazing view. And so they were just interested in talking with me because she was curious where the hat was from, and they had just arrived in India for the first time, both of them, even though they hadn't known each other before. They just met here as well, but they were both new to India, and so we had a whole big India conversation, and then I told them about my YouTube channel and stuff like that. So had a great conversation for a good couple of hours or something. So always good to meet up with locals or fellow travelers. All right, Time to get across the bridge here. Out there you can see the newest one, the Ghats. Downstream towards Haridwar, where the Kumbh Mela happens. Upstream into the Himalayas. So tempting to go that direction, but decided to go somewhere new. So, hello, no thank you. There will be a taxi waiting just a 5 to 10 minute walk away, and we'll see how much it costs. It was $1,200 coming here from the airport. Might not get that price, but all right, let's do it. The journey to a mystery location. Namaste. Here in India. All right. Taxi?
Where are you going?
Oh, you have motorcycle? Oh, no, thank you. Taxi, no possible, he says. Well, let's find out. Definitely not going to ride a motorbike with my backpack on here for 30 minutes. Airports.
How will you go?
Taxi.
Taxi is to strike.
Taxi strike? Uh-oh. Okay, well, but rickshaw?
When is your time here?
6 p.m.
We have enough time. Right?
Yes, but how can I go?
Now it's 3. When you go? 4 or 5? When you go? 6?
6 p.m., yes.
From here?
Yes.
Okay, I will drop you by bike.
It's a long ways on a motorbike.
Bullet.
Sorry?
Bullet.
Let me... Hello.
Hello.
Taxi?
Taxi, no taxi. No taxi. No.
Personal car? Personal car?
Personal car I can give you.
In car?
Yeah. Personal car I give you.
You can take me in
Yeah.
personal car. How much?
1,500.
Okay, your car is...
I will bring car here.
Okay, I wait.
When I bring? Where? Now I bring?
Yes, now.
Now?
Yes. Dehradun Airport, made it. It is now 3:50 in the afternoon. My flight is at 6:10, so in 2 hours and 20 minutes, so basically right on time, but it was definitely a bit of a stressor. I forgot to mention that my hotel I had booked for including tonight, and then I booked this flight for today because it leaves in the evening, and then I was able to stay past noon and check out around 2:30 in the afternoon, especially when your room is only $13. Not a big deal. So I had to take a motorbike there. The guy that I was talking to made a couple of phone calls and was trying to find somebody with a car that would take me here. And then he said that nobody was willing to do it because it was kind of risky, because if you get caught then there could be a problem because of the strike. And so he said you got to take a motorbike. And so I didn't go with him, but another guy who I guess was his friend, who showed up. I think he was actually standing there, but he shows up on his motorbike right there. Seemed like a nice enough guy. And so we take off, and the first thing that I notice is that his gas tank gauge is at empty, and I mean like below the 0 line, like completely empty. So I'm not sure if maybe his gauge is just broken or what, but you know, a little concerned about that. And then we're driving along, and I realize that he's trying to get a helmet, and so he like pulls over and yells at some people across the street in a shop, and I recognize the word helmet, but then they don't have one, and so we keep on going. And then he gets a phone call, and so he pulls over and answers the phone, and then we keep going, and then he gets another phone call, and then we drive through the town of Rishikesh a bit, and then he makes a stop and pulls out his phone, makes another call, and then within like 15 seconds a woman pops out with a helmet, and he says, "This is my wife." And so there's his helmet. And so that was actually kind of reassuring, because for one thing, seeing his wife, she seemed very nice, and so it seemed like less likely that this was all some sort of a scam. And also now he has a helmet. And then we stop and fill up the gas, and so the gauge does work. It really was at absolute empty, and so he only fills it up halfway when those motorbikes are super cheap to fill up the tanks. But anyways, we have enough to get here, and so we then make the push, and it's about 30 something minutes, almost no traffic, so it was pretty smooth from there to here. So thank God that all worked out. That might be the first time I've ever encountered a taxi strike, at least on a day in which I really needed a taxi. So anyways, it all worked out. Let's get checked in. All right, things are all working out. It is now 4:30. So boarding in about an hour. I got time, so I didn't book a hotel at the Indira Gandhi Airport in Delhi for tonight, because when you look on booking.com, then it shows tons of hotels right in the airport, but then when you actually search on Google for them, they're actually a number of kilometers away for some strange reason. And so I got fooled by this once before, booked a hotel thinking I'm going to be right in the airport, don't need to deal with a rickshaw, taxi, Uber, whatever. As today demonstrated, you never know what the problem is going to be when it comes to taxis. And so I want to wait and get there and try to find a hotel that is in fact right in the airport, so I don't have to take a taxi or whatever this evening, and then again tomorrow, flight tomorrow afternoon at 2:30. So great times on these flights. So Rishikesh is a holy city, and as a result there is no meat or alcohol allowed or available there. Maybe in the town at a liquor store or something, but not out where you stay by the ashrams and everything. So haven't had any alcohol in a week. And then a little hint for where I'm going next is that it is also a holy town, so probably no alcohol available there either. So let's go for a beer while I have the chance.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. May we have your kind attention, please?
Oh. And a good looking one too, so let's give this a try. Oh yeah, nice. So at first I thought there was going to be no beer available because there was nothing upstairs in the food court or in any of the little shops up there. And then I saw a sign for a lounge, premium lounge. So came down and then saw a sign, lounge and bar. Came in and no extra charge, I guess, to come in here, just the beer. I'm not sure how much it is yet, but sweet. Now I can get some work done and enjoy a Six Fields Blanche Premium Wheat Beer, Belgian. All right, all right, all right. And flight delayed by 30 minutes. Hopefully that's all. And this is Indira Gandhi International Airport. I'm not sure which terminal. I need to know that. So now I gotta figure out what I'm doing, where I'm going. I am hungry. Time for some dinner. And time to find where I am sleeping tonight. So I need to get on that. So there do seem to be hotels within walking distance, including that one, which is coming up as being about $40, which is a little expensive for India, but no problem. It is definitely worth the convenience of not having to deal with a taxi. today and then again tomorrow. So let's see if I can get over there. So I guess this is going to be a video all by itself of just today. I thought I was going to make it a video covering both days, but this one has turned into a long enough one, and it will be an easier editing job by itself, and maybe I can get it posted tonight or else tomorrow. So let's try to get over there if I can. There's a lot of stuff in the way, and then time to find a restaurant. So this is Terminal 1. Tomorrow I need to be at Terminal 2, but when I had looked online previously, it wasn't clear if there were any hotels at Terminal 2. It sounded like there were more here. So I'm just going to go with this, and then there's a bus to get to the other terminals. We have a field of cows. This is India. All right, yeah. This is it. So there's Airport Hotel, and then Airport 1 Royal Cafe. So I can just eat right there. All right, so I got a room for $35 US or 30 euros. Basic, but nice and clean, quiet, attached bathroom, Wi-Fi, all good. So I am starving. Going to head for this restaurant right here and get some Indian food. And this looks really good. I got paneer butter masala, paratha, and jeera aloo potatoes. That is gonna do the trick. See you later. Next video. Tomorrow I will tell you where I'm going.